This video is for people who have done sessions with me, ideally. You know what to look for in the movement. You're familiar with these movements. I'm not teaching them from scratch. I have other videos that teach you each movement. We're just having a simple practice here. What is the most basic practice? We're going to do the back, the sides, and the front. All right. Lie down on your back. Use a pillow if you need to. And you can have your knees up if that's easier on your back. If it's comfortable on your back, you can have your legs down on the mat. See what you've got as you direct the searchlight of your awareness inward. As you're breathing, what would it take to just let the system breathe you automatically? Just hold your breath for a couple of seconds. When it wants to start up, just give it permission. Let it breathe wherever it needs to, and make sure you're getting enough air. And just seeing where that breathing is, and now switch that breathing to manual control. What would it take to breathe that exact same place, but you're controlling it? How much effort does it take to breathe with that place? I propose that's where your brain thinks it's easiest to breathe right now. Okay, that movement. To breathe, something has to open, something has to close. So breathing is movement. All right, so maybe move the breath up into the upper chest. Can you breathe the chest up toward the underside of the chin? Just gently. What if you applied the same effort? Same effort as that easy breathing. Does it move? Does your brain consider the upper chest easy breathing space, or is it too much work to be easy? Okay. So pick one side of the body. Just gently breathe those ribs open. And exhale as you squeeze those ribs in toward the center of the body. Well, can you breathe with that same easy effort? Does the brain know how to breathe with this side? Does it consider that easy? If it's constricted, where is the constriction? Now the second side. Gentle breath into the second side. Where is it constricted? As you squeeze the air out of that side, push those ribs in toward the center of your body and breath in. What's holding you back? Okay, that's where we're starting. And we want to also think, as you bring your knees up and your feet are on the mat, as you're lying there, could you take a gentle breath into the back? Can you breathe down, just like you could take an abdominal breath and breathe into the belly up big, you could breathe the back. Can you breathe into your low back and have that push into the floor? Okay, can the low ribs breathe into the floor? Does your brain see that as breathing space? We're going to do just a really simple movement for the back, my most basic movement, which is Nellie. There's many other good movements like the wishbone and the metronome and the scorpion. The places your back pocket can go. There's 5 tiny arches. All of these are good explorations for your back. We're just going to do 4 pandiculations with each one, and I invite you to really try to slow it down. We're trying to be able to descend to the count of 12. To do 12, you've got to lower right from the beginning in very small steps. What is the size of the molecule by which you dismantle these contractions that we're creating? Whoa, Nellie, and I hope you already know this one. It's elbows back. Elbows push into the mat and back of upper arms. Add to that, shoulders push back and shoulders pull together, arching the upper back. Add the middle back, gentle on the neck, just let the neck be relaxed, and bring that arch all the way down to the low back. Maybe squeeze some air out as you push the ribs forward. And come out of that slow. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, just less and less effort. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and take all the time you need. Try not to let it slip away from you. If you want to go slower than 12, that's fine. Can your brain see the continuum from on to off? So a little breath into the front of the body. Okay, just breathing. Maybe a little breath into the back of the body. As you squeeze the air out, drive the ribs forward, arch the back as you push shoulders and elbows and pull shoulders together and make a nice arch of the low back. It's like you're trying to drag your back pockets up to your shoulder blades. Is there a different sensation of tension on each side? Maybe tighten up the quiet side if there's a quiet side. Lower down easy. Out of that, 12, 11, 10. Breathing cycles. Breathing gives you lots of time. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, softly, 2, and 1, all the way to rest. Everything's you're just supported by the mat, by the floor, by your bed. It's okay to do this in bed. Works a little better. There's more feedback. There's better learning if you're doing it on a firm surface. So when you're ready, the gentle breath into the back. Squeeze the air out. Elbows push back. Push the back ribs forward. Drag the back pockets up toward the shoulders. Just gently, not a cramp. Just easy. Where's the quiet spot? Where would you contract a little bit extra to fill in the missing spot? Hold there. Find your breathing. And lower slowly. 12, 11, 10, 9. Little steps if you need to. 8, with a pause. 7, lowering down and pause. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way down to rest. Last one. Gentle breath into the back. Breathing the back down into can you push your low back into the mat? Squeeze the air out with the low back. Can the low back push the diaphragm up into the ribs as it pushes forward? Pull the shoulders together. Close the back as you come into the arch. Elbows push down. If you want for extra credit, you can even bring those wrists out to the side a little bit. Okay. Find that effort. Tighten up the quiet place. Lower slowly. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Look at what it feels like right at the skip. If it's not smooth, slow it down. Try and be in control of it. And try not to let it slip away from you. Little steps can help smooth it out. Slow. Teach your brain the slow descent, the careful diminuendo, all the way down. All the way down, arms just resting on the mat. And tune in now. Are you able to calm the system by relaxing your back? Okay. So now we're going to do each side. I'm going to be centered on the mat, but I invite you just to roll right over, even if you're partially off the mat. Okay. So here we are. We're going to do the side bend. And I have videos on the side bend that show you many different options for holding the head. I just do it this way, but I invite you to possibly cup the back of the head with the upper hand and hold the lower side of the forehead with the lower arm. If this shoulder is having to stretch too much, well, you could have the lower hand do all the lifting and that upper hand could just rest right on the head. All right? So whatever works out good for you. The gentle breath in. To that upper side, easy. Look for where the constriction is and make sure you use those constricted places as we close on up. The ribs close to lift the shoulder, to pull the head. Gentle on the neck. Waist closes to lift both ankles. Try and find the smallness, the shortness, the closedness of that upper side. Lower slowly, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Where can the slack come from so the ribs can open and the hand just lowers that head all the way down onto your pillow if you need a pillow, or right onto the floor if that's where you're at. Okay, all the way down. Take your time. The gentle breath in. On the exhale. Okay, the spine is bending. Can you see the spine bend? The head doesn't have to come up very far. We are closing the waist to connect the dots of armpit to upper hip. Maybe for extra credit, can you pull that upper shoulder through the body toward the lower hip and that upper hip through the body toward your lower shoulder? Okay. And it's not about how far you lift the ankles. The ankles are just along for the ride. It's a waist movement. It's a rib movement. Lower slow, 12, 11, 10. The neck is relaxed. The head is pushing into the hand. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Take your time. 1, sit down so softly. So softly. Okay. The gentle breath in. Exhale. Maybe the ankles come up first. The waist lifts ankles and ribs close to lift head. Easy. Just where are you pushing your lower side into the mat? Lower softly. Take your time. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just melting all the way down onto the mat. Really, it's just going to less effort. We're just going from on to off. Last one. That gentle breath in. Hands lift the heavy head. Ribs close. Close the ribs. Push the lower side into the mat. Okay, gentle on the neck. Hands could help hold that heavy head. Go gently, slow. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Slow it down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Gentle breath in. Exhale, closing. Really close the ribs. Gentle on the neck. Close the ribs. The hands could interlock behind your head, and in a way, they could interlock under your neck. Okay, so the head is just resting. No effort, very little effort in the neck. And lower out of that, 12, 11, 10. Just keep going at that pace. Take your time. Breathing. Less and less. The waist opens to lower ankles. Ribs open to lower head. Okay. Roll onto your back. Compare the sides. Just resting. Seeing the difference between the sides. If the side bend is difficult, better to do the front and back first in your practice. If the front or back are difficult, sometimes it's better to do the side bend first, because the side bend, the side of the body, mediates between front and back. Explore the order of which works best for you. If you're a person with a really tight back, well, side bend first maybe. If you're a person with a very tight front, side bend first. Side 2, side bend. Gentle breath in. Exhale, closing on up. The ribs close. Does every elevation of ribs close? Does waist pull that side belt loop up toward armpit? Okay, you could interlock, you could cross the ankles either way. There's a different experience of which one you have in front. Okay, lower slowly, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. How does your brain dismantle this contraction? 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, all the way to rest. The gentle breath in. Even breathing into the upper side ribs and even the upper side waist. Is that breathing space? And then really, the side bend is just breathing movement. It's just squeezing the air out of the bellows on one side of the body. Waist closes to help push the diaphragm up into the ribs. Ribs close to close that upper rib space, the upper side space. Lower down easy, 12, 11, 10. Go at a pace that's good for you. You don't have to go this slow. Okay, go easy. Could it be less and less and less effort? Less and less and less effort. Less and less and less effort. Sit down so softly. How softly can you finish? Can you show your brain the experience of tapering to zero effort? Okay. If you'd like, you can change hand positions. Here I'm cupping the back of my head and I'm just holding the lower side of my forehead with my forward arm. The gentle breath in. Exhale, closing. Just squeeze the air out. How do you get the air out of that upper side? Perfect. You could curl forward a little bit if that's what your system wants to do. If you feel like there's a lot of tension in your back, you can close the back. You can have the back ribs close and the back waist closes to push the belly forward and come out of that easy. Can you see that the distance is changing? Go slow, slow, gentle, less and less effort. What place is opening now? Where does the slack come from? What place are you relaxing now? All the way down to no effort. The gentle breath in. On the exhale, closing. Waist closes, ribs close. Easy. And be aware that are you pushing your nose? Are you making the neck do the work by pushing your nose to get the ribs to contract? Or is the head just purely along for the ride? Okay. Let's leave the neck out of it. The neck is often being used to save the day. We're more stuck in the torso. We're stuck in our breathing tension pattern, in the deep habit of where we're not breathing. The places where your brain has given up as you descend slowly. Can those side ribs open? Could you take one long breath into that opening side? Okay. And side 2 of the side bend. Lie down on your back. See what you've got. Let the system breathe you automatically. Maybe pick one side, breathe into that side. Breathe into the other side. Where's the constriction? Is it more in the back or the front? Maybe breathe. What would it take? You could have your knees up if you'd like. What would it take to breathe into your back? The breath in. Could you breathe the back down against the floor? Not into a stretch. Don't stretch your back. Okay, that's where it's kicking and screaming, saying, I don't want it to get longer. But if you're comfortable with it getting longer and you practice a lot, the breath in, breathe the back down into the floor. Does the brain understand that the back is breathing space? Okay, maybe take a breath into the front of the body, into the upper chest. Is that constricted? Where is it constricted? We're just going to do elbows to the sky. Fingers loosely interlocked behind the head, or maybe just at where the neck meets the head. The gentle breath in. As you breathe into the front of the body, where is it constricted? Those are the places we need to contract. Squeezing the air out. Put it together slowly. Don't rush into it. It's not a sit-up. Close the front. How does bow tie come down toward belly button? Only lifting until your low back is almost flat on the floor. Open slowly, one vertebrae at a time. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Gentle on the neck. The hands are holding the head. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The gentle breath in. Squeeze the air out of the front. Can you feel small as the elbows push up to the sky, up over your knees? The shoulders slide forward on the ribs a little bit. It's shoulders and ribs are lifting head. Head could almost push back a little bit in the hands. It's not a sit-up. It's just putting yourself in that hunched forward, rounded shouldered posture. Now gravity's here to teach us how to get out of it. Slowly. Can you control it all the way? 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. The back just flattens out. Where does the back not know how to flatten out? 5, 4, 3, 2. Let the breath come in high up into the chest. Breathe all the way up into the chest. 2 more of elbows to the sky. Exhale, closing. The elbows come up just enough. The hands lift the head to squeeze the air out. Shoulders push forward up over to the knees. Gentle on the neck. Hands are lifting head. Lower slowly. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Take the time that you need. Set down softly, elbows open as the weight of the head comes down, and soon the full weight of the head is down, resting easily on the mat. Okay. Last one. The gentle breath in. High up into the front. Or even consider like this low ribs. Is there a cinch around your low ribs? Is that the place where the breath doesn't come in? Okay. If there is, that's where we want to close. Can you tighten up that cinch? Can you take control of the tensions that run automatically? Can you show your brain that it doesn't have to run you in that automatic loop? So here we go, the gentle breath in. Where is it constricted? On the exhale, closing. This is just the simplest practice. We did back, sides, and front, and here we are closing the front for the last one. Elbows to the sky. The shoulders pull together. The shoulders are almost pulling together. Pull shoulders toward belly button. Feel the front. Open easy. Little steps. Can you relax out of that? What if elbows are opening as head is lowering? Slowly, that beautiful pace that you're capable of. Find something interesting. What lesson are you going to teach your brain with this? Less and less and less. How softly can you set down? All the way down to nothing. Arms by your side. Just resting. Where are you breathing now? How much effort does it take? as you switch to manual control of the breathing. Breathe into the back. Breathe into the side. Gently. Ride that line between effort and ease. Breathe into the other side. Can you breathe into the side waist and the side ribs? Okay. Easy. Breathe into the front of the body. Resting. Scan yourself for stress. This is you on less stress. So I encourage you to practice often, front, back, and sides in any order. It's the offenness of your practice that helps you make a deeper change. Thank you very much for practicing with me today. I'm Eric Cooper. Blessings on your journey.